Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's me, Captain Energy, and today we are taking a look at the LoFi 12, part 2 of the firmware update for 2.1. Now, this firmware update did fix several bugs in the operating system, but it also includes 5 new enhancements, and that's what I'd like to go over in this video, is the 5 new features that were added to the LoFi 12. And you can take a look at them and let me know which ones you like best in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think of the updates that have been added to this device from Sonicware. Personally, I think they're doing a fantastic job, and their devices just keep getting better and better. So that's just all I have to say about it. So let's take a look at what we've got here. The first new feature is the new S Maximizer, which I believe is a sonic maximizer of some type. It is in the effects, actually, so it's pretty easy to get to. All we've got to do is press function and then the effects button right here, and you'll see that effects is usually off, but as I scroll through by tapping, going through the different effects, we'll eventually get to compressor, and after compressor is S Max. That is the new effect. And you control the amount and the frequency with speed and the amount with amount right here. We can add almost like a feedbacky type sound with it. Anyway, that's the new effect. The next thing that was added here is a double sequence length. Now this is pretty cool because if you've ever, like myself, created a loop that you then wanted to double or even quadruple because you decided you wanted to add on and modify it so that it was a little varied as you went along, you'll know what that's like. So what we'll do is we're going to go right over here, and I'm going to clear this guy right here. Okay, now the pattern is gone. All right, and what we're going to do now is I'm just going to turn this effect down because that's kind of a little loud. And now we'll just put something in here. Now if I want to duplicate that so that I have a second 16 beats with that same pattern, all I need to do is select the track, which I already have selected as track 1. I'm going to hit function and length, function right here, and then we're going to go right over here to length, right here. And then if I hold down shift and turn the knob, you'll see it doubles to 32. And now if I go to the second part of that pattern, you'll see that it's the same as the first part. So now if I play it, we have a double length pattern. And we can prove this by just going and hit record, and if I go, it comes through once every other pattern. Right? Pretty cool. That's the second new feature. Third new feature is the ability to move the filter cutoff and other knob adjustments while you're resampling from within the sampler. So to do that, all we have to do is select a track that you want to resample. So I'm going to pick this one for now because it's there. And then we're going to hit function and setting right here, function setting, and it's going to say record source, and we just go right here, and it says pattern already on mine, but if I want to change that, I could use this value here and change it to the line in or pattern. I'm just leave it on pattern, and then we want to set a pre-count just so that we have a little bit of pre-count. I should have mine already set to 8. Yes, so if I hit function pre-count, you can adjust that right here to up to 8, whatever you like. I'm going with 8 because that's just what I like. Metronome, turn that on and be sure you can hear it. 4 is about where I can hear it at. So now we need to just press function and record, and then we press record again, and this puts us into record ready. Now when I start playing, it will begin to record this as a sample, and then that sample gets recorded the cutoff as well. So if I play it, and now that can be saved as a sample by pressing OK, And then it says, do you want to save it? So now I have to pick somewhere to save this. So I'll throw this in my my user presets here. And I'll put this as a user preset 1. There we go, right there. And I'll hit OK. And now, if I go over to user preset right there and user preset 1. There it is. The next feature is the ability to loop chained playback. Now, how that works is, I'm going to show you right here. I've got 2 patterns set up in here. Okay, so if I go over to pattern, you can see that I've got a pattern there, and I've got a pattern here also. Okay, so they're the same pattern, but both of these have patterns on them, 1 and 16. There's nothing here in 15 or any of the rest of these. But so if I go over here and I press pattern twice, right, I can go ahead and press 1 and then 16. And what will happen is pattern 1 will play and then 16 will play normally. And if I just press play, you can see it jumped over now to 16. And it keeps looping that last pattern. But it doesn't jump back to 1. So if 1 was part of the whole loop that I wanted to happen, it doesn't work, right? So now what we can do though, if we go over here and press function and system, right here in function system, you'll see now, let me tap this again because I got to get to the one that says CNLP right there. And I think that stands for continuous loop. Right now it's turned off. If I turn this on, right, and now I hit pattern twice again like we did last time, turns orange. There we go. And I hit 1, 2, and I hit play. It's on 1. Now it's on the second one, which is 16. And now back to 1. So basically, if these were different patterns, we could have kind of a whole track playing through this, as long as I wanted it to play. And you can still jump off, turn 1 off by pressing again, and it will jump out. So if you have another pattern here, you could just go back to it and turn this off. Go to 2, which has nothing. And then if I go 16, whatever, you can jump from pattern to pattern and it will continue to play whatever the patterns are that you have selected. It turned 2 off and now it'll stay on 16. Pretty cool feature right there, I think, especially if you use this in performances. And the last feature is the new noise gate disable, which is pretty awesome. As I mentioned in the first video, some people have found that with lower sounds, sometimes they didn't come in because the noise gate would cut them off. So in order to change the noise gate, what we're going to do is we're going to hit function and then setting, and then you'll see, if you tap it a few times, there's one that says NSGT, and it'll say that it's on. If I turn that off, now the noise gate is off. And now if I record a sample, anything that's being played into the input gets recorded to the sample, regardless of how low the volume is. It will, it may still be low volume, but that's just how it is at that point. So those are the new features that have been added to the LoFi 12. I hope you find them useful. I think they're great. I can't wait to see what they do with this thing next. It has got a lot of power for a little device, and I was able to get a LoFi 6 coming here shortly, so hopefully we'll be able to do a review on that next and take a look and see what we can do with that, integrating it with this device. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you later. Be safe.